Hi Stampers, it's Nancy from Stampin' Shout. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today is day 3 of this week's video class, and I am featuring the Courage and Faith stamp set. I'm also using the Masterfully Created Designer Series paper. Paper is gorgeous, and all this week you'll see little glimpses of it on my cards. So far this week we made this card. It's a little half fold with the beautiful Designer Series paper. And then we made a bookmark holder. Beautiful. Look at that paper. It's gorgeous. I mean, that's beautiful like that. And then you have the bookmark. And today we are going to make this pretty little card. So there's that pretty Designer Series paper. Also with this card, I used the Countryside Corners dies. Now you guys have seen me use this a lot. These dies are perfect. They go with all your stamp sets. Really fun to use. And then for the little hearts, I found them in the Give It a Whirl die set. This is a really nice set too, because it has, besides creating the cool little card that has the twirl window in it, it has a lot of accessories. It has 3 different size hearts. It's got a couple of the stars. It's got circles. It's got rectangles and little banners for your sentiments. So this is really a nice die set too. And you can use all those little pieces in all your different cards. So this card, let me bring in the supplies. I will have all the information on my blog, Stampin'shout at blogspot.com. So I have a berry burst card base, and it opens vertically. I have a piece of white that I ran through the exposed brick embossing folder. Then I have a piece of white, that's the stamping piece. I have a piece of berry burst and the Designer Series paper. Those are both the same size, and I'm going to show you how to cut those to create this little frame. And then inside I have a little stamping piece. Whenever I talk about the Countryside dies, I like to let you know how to use them by numbering them. So there's 7 dies in this set, and the largest die I consider die 1. So die 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the smallest one is die 7. And on today's card, we are going to be using die 4 and die 5. And I'm going to show you how to cut the paper to create that little frame. So let me bring in my cutting machine. The DSP is the top layer, and the Berry Burst is the next layer down. The Designer Series paper, we're going to cut with the larger of the 2 dies, and we're going to center it just like that and go ahead and cut it out. So it cut that out like that. And this piece, of course, you can save it for another card. Now I'm going to bring in the back layer, which is that Berry Burst Designer Series paper. They're cut to the same size. I'm going to cut the back piece out with the smaller die. So I am just using the Designer Series paper as a little guide. You can use your washi tape or some kind of Post-it note if you want to keep your die in place. And now I'm going to cut that out. So that's what it looks like cut out. And of course you have another piece that you can use on another card. And when we put these together, when we glue these together, it looks like a little frame. I also have a piece of white that's going to fit behind here. And that's what I'm going to do my stamping on. So I am going to stamp in Berry Burst. And I am using the stamp that says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart." I'm going to go ahead and glue these 2 pieces together. I brought in my silicone mat in case any glue squishes out. It'll squish out onto my mat, and then you know that no glue will stick to this mat. Once it dries, you can peel it off. I'm going to show you a little trick with this after that glue dries a little bit. So now this, I'm going to set behind it. I don't want to glue it yet in case I make a mistake. so I can flip it over. So I'm just going to put it down there. And this fits right at the bottom, so I have it stamped down so it fits at the bottom. It fits really nice behind there. And I'm going to ink this up in the berry burst. And I'm going to stamp right in the middle there. I'm going to clean this off with my little chamois. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this white piece to the other framed piece. Like that. So I'm going to bring my card base in. I'm going to go ahead and glue the embossed piece to the card front, and then I'm going to pop this piece up with dimensionals. I'm using my little pick a tool to take the backing off that dimensionals. Sometimes I do it with my fingers and sometimes I do it with the pick a tool. The pick a tool works really great. Before I finish the front, I'm going to stamp just a little bit on the inside. I'm going to bring back in the berry burst. And the stamp set also comes with some other images which are fun to use. It's got a little leaf image, it's got a little flowery image, and it has the dot. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can outline your sentiments if you like, or you can just add to the bottom like we're going to do now. So I just wanted to add a little bit to the inside, and what I'm going to stamp next is Be of Good Courage. While this is drying before I glue it, I want to bring back in my little silicone mat and show you that little trick. So you know these little lint brushes with the tape on them? They work so well on this little mat. Before I used to go like this and peel off the glue. Well, if you use the little roly-poly lint brush, it really works well at taking off that glue. Also, it gets that little bit of lint feeling that's on there. Sometimes, you know, you touch it and it feels like it's all yucky. Well, this gets everything off. You can help it if it need to, but if this was a brand new piece of tape, it would really just take everything off. But it worked great. It took it all off. A couple pieces left. But anyways, that's your little side tip for today. Let's get back to our card. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the inside. Then we're going to put a few embellishments on the front. So there's the inside, and then on the front I have a couple of little hearts that I cut out, and I told you I used that Give It a Whirl die set, and I'm just going to put a heart here and there. And then I'm going to bring in a couple of the rhinestones and just put a couple of those on there. A little bit of bling. So there you go. That's today's card. Isn't it pretty? It's really nice. So I hope you liked it. Go ahead and leave your comments below and you will be entered to win today's card. Please share my video with your friends. There's a little share link down below. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And remember, all of the information will be on my blog. So I will have the pictures, I will have the measurements, and I will have shopping links. And if you shop with me this month, I have an August host code gift, which are the 2224 in color pearls. So thanks a lot. I'll see you at noon tomorrow. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.